Ukraine sends 20 indestructible Toyota Hilux pickup trucks to the front. This is not a joke. The Hilux has legendary status in armed conflicts around the world. Privyet, Druzy. My name is Wes O'Donnell, veteran of the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force, and я немного говорю по-русски. And today we're talking about Ukraine getting the Hilux pickup truck and why that's a bigger deal than you might think. In a Telegram post in April by Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko, he announced that 20 Hilux trucks would be sent to the front line in eastern Ukraine, saying, quote, "Today, 20 new Toyota Hilux pickup trucks were handed over to the soldiers of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the ground forces, who will go to the front today." Wait, Ukraine needs more ammo, more troops, and more modern weapon systems. What are they going to do with pickup trucks? True, they need all of those things, but don't underestimate the Toyota Hilux, which has an indisputable battlefield record that would make Douglas MacArthur envious. Ask any American veteran of the last 30 years, and they'll tell you the diminutive Toyota Hilux is a vehicle of war. In fact, there was even a Toyota war fought in the late 1980s between Libya and Chad, named for the Toyota Hilux and the Toyota Land Cruiser, which Chadians selected for their durability and mobility in battle. Because the rebellion was rather sudden, Chad's military needed to mechanize quickly, rather than rely on vehicles from France that could take weeks to train to use. They converted Toyota Land Cruisers and Toyota Hiluxes into what we would today call technicals, mounting Western anti-tank weapons onto them. These were sent into battle against the T-62 and the T-55 tanks used by Libya at the time. Now I know what you're thinking. Civilian pickup trucks against Soviet tanks? Stupid, right? Well, the result of the Battle of Fata was a catastrophe for Libya. The turrets of the Soviet tanks struggled to keep up with the high mobility and small size of the Toyota trucks, so it was almost impossible for Libyan forces to hit them. What's more, the armor of the tanks was no match for the Milan anti-tank system many of the Toyotas were carrying. Only 3 Toyotas were lost in the Battle of Fata, while Libya lost nearly 100 of its tanks. What the Hilux actually represents is the technical, a lightweight civilian pickup truck that is commonly used in underdeveloped countries for troop transport and combat. The technical is the contemporary term for such vehicles, and their use has been confirmed across Africa and the Middle East, South America, and even Northern Ireland. In the early 1990s, Toyota claimed that the Hilux was virtually indestructible. So Top Gear's Jeremy Clarkson put Toyota's claim to the test in a series of episodes where the hosts attempted to destroy the truck, and, I should note, failed. They even put the Hilux on top of a 23-story high-rise and then demolished the building with controlled explosives. When they pulled the Hilux from the rubble, it started right up and drove off. So, aside from its indestructibility, what makes the Hilux so attractive in a war zone? Well, first up, the mobility of these vehicles makes them perfect for rough, unforgiving environments. With 4-wheel drive and a rugged design, technicals are built to endure the tough conditions and harsh terrain often found in conflict zones. One of the key advantages is how quickly and aggressively they can maneuver, making them a powerful tool when used effectively on the battlefield. A great example of this is Ukraine's use of civilian vehicles during their 2022 Kharkiv counteroffensive, also known as the Thunder Run. They capitalized on speed, catching their opponents, the Russians, off guard with fast and decisive strikes. Another standout feature of the technical is the wide variety of weapons that can be mounted in the back. This versatility was huge during the Toyota War, where Chadian forces turned basic pickup trucks into agile anti-armor and anti-aircraft platforms, ultimately securing their victory. And let's not forget the cost factor. When you compare a lightweight consumer pickup truck to something like a Bradley infantry fighting vehicle, the savings are astronomical. Technicals offer serious firepower and mobility at a fraction of the cost of traditional military hardware. These vehicles have also left their mark in various conflicts around the world. In Somalia, technicals were a notorious feature of the civil wars in the 90s and early 2000s, earning the nickname the pirate ride of choice. American Army Rangers and Delta Force, who were part of the 1993 Black Hawk Down incident, noted how quickly Somali fighters could move and shoot using their technicals, largely thanks to their reliance on Toyota Hilux trucks. Even Mexican cartels have adopted these vehicles, as seen in recent propaganda videos from the Jalisco New Generation cartel. In fact, the Hilux has proven so effective that it's been used by U.S. Special Forces, blending into local populations while maintaining the ability to strike hard and move fast without sacrificing combat capability or mobility. It's not necessarily that Toyota set out to build a military vehicle that would be adopted by militaries around the world. The Hilux was originally conceived as a vehicle for Arctic and Antarctic exploration, as well as an off-road camera vehicle or for use by any emergency services. So with this pedigree in mind, it's almost trivial to mount military hardware onto the back without affecting the performance or reliability of the vehicle. 50 caliber machine guns? No problem. Anti-air systems? Got you covered. Anti-tank systems? Why not? Throw that on there. Grenade launchers? I'm your Huckleberry. You name the weapon system and there will be some variety of it that can fit under the Hilux flatbed. So what can we make of Ukraine's new Hilux pickup trucks heading to the front lines? Ukraine has already been using civilian vehicles for military purposes, primarily out of a necessity for speed. For instance, getting a Ukrainian sniper team close to their target quickly and quietly, or the aforementioned Thunder Run in 2022. But the Hilux is the ultimate manifestation of the technical. Fast, indestructible, and deadly. And, perhaps most frustrating, the Toyota Hilux has never been offered for sale in the American car market, despite debuting around the world in 1968. I know plenty of American veterans who would pay a lot of money to get their hands on this incredible vehicle. Alas, we'll have to live vicariously through our comrades in Ukraine. As for the Russian military, well, they're about to find out what gave the Hilux its deadly reputation. That's all for today. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. Slava Ukraini.